RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding members' expectations since 1934. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all of your protection under one roof. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Andy's Auto Body and Car Care, offering friendly service and reliable repairs since 1974. Liberty Bank, committed to providing excellent customer service above all else. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, located at 1706 Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. And Roper's Regal Beagle, the Metro East premier sports bar and grill.
Bottom of the first inning, Oilers, the home team, and they have Shoemake, Young, and Flanagan coming up here in the first. Martin, Westbrook, and Mundell, the middle three in the order. Then Hall, Beneke, and Walker for Coach Dana Emmerich. Coaching down at third. First base coach, assistant coach Mike Beecham. And the Eagles get ready in the field with Gwen Lewis, a right-handed pitcher for the purple and gold. Once again, it is Turbyfill at third, Albers at short, Haar at second, Lawrence over at first, Deaton is the catcher. It's Emma Lewis in left, Jennings in center, Hall in right for the Eagles. Shoemake takes low and away, ball one.
Couple of freshmen, top of the order here for the Oilers. Shoemake the second bagger, and Young the pitcher.
Lewis brings it in high for a ball. Again, CM shut out yesterday by Waterloo, so not much to talk about in terms of their offense, although the Oilers 14 runs against Granite City yesterday. Shoemake scored a couple of those runs yesterday in Granite. She was 1 for 4 with a walk, and she is at 3-0 right now, right off the bat here. So she may take a pitch or two, and she'll take one here, and it's outside, and Shoemake is headed to first with a leadoff walk, a 4-pitch walk.
I was watching the footwork of Haley Shoemake in that left batter's box. As she was waiting the first 3 pitches of the count, she was up in the batter's box, and then on that 4th pitch, when she would be taking, she was deeper in the box, and we saw her fake a bunt as she run up in the batter's box, and just things, a game inside a game that you want to keep an eye on, how these players approach things at the plate.
Coach Dana Emmerich with some signs as he has a leadoff base runner here to start the ball game. Kaylee Young takes a ball. She scored 3 runs yesterday, and she bunts to the third baseman. Turbyfill bare hands it, throws out, nobody covering third, and Shoemake's going to come all the way there without a play. So a good bunt, good sacrifice bunt, and good base running. Runner at third, 1 out.
Yeah, missed assignment there. That shortstop's got to be quicker to get to third base to cover. When the runner, Shoemake, was able to get second base, she knew right away she was going to be going to third because the bag was unprotected. Nobody was there covering, and she's at third base with just 1 out, and she can score a multitude of ways here in this first inning.
Ball high to Emmy Flanagan. These top 3 hitters yesterday against Granite City scored 7 of their 14 runs. Flanagan was 2 for 2 with 2 walks and 2 runs scored. She takes high again for another ball here. Heather Martin on deck, but Flanagan, the shortstop, wanting to do something here.
Looks like her hand was just going to slide up the bat, like maybe she was going to offer a bunt if it was there.
Pitch is high again from Gwen Lewis, ball 3. In terms of RBIs yesterday, Mundell had 3, Hall drove in 2, and Martin drove in 2. So those 3 had 7 of the RBIs.
Lewis is having a difficult time finding the strike zone. She gets a called strike there on the inside corner, but she's missed on more pitches in this game than a lot of pitchers miss in an entire inning, just the first couple batters.
Here's a bunt back to the pitcher. She won't look home. She'll throw to first. Safe at home, out at first. It's 1-0, RBI Flanagan.
The runner on third was able to get halfway between third and home, and the pitcher never checked her, and she was able to scamper home after the throw was made to first.
So a bunt and an RBI for Flanagan. That brings in Heather Martin. 1-0 Oilers here to start the ball game in the first inning. Swing and a miss by Martin down at her shoe tops there, but tried to golf it, missed it. Strike 1. 2 down. Shoemake does her job. Leadoff walk. Goes to third on a sacrifice bunt. Comes home on another bunt. High for a ball to Heather Martin.
She scored her 14th run of the season, and that is tops on the team by far. The closest is Victoria Beecham. She's got 8 scored runs. Emma Flanagan also with 8 on the season.
High delivery to Martin again.
And Beecham's been out for a while, so she's missed several games, with Shoemake setting the table at the top of the order, able to come around and score after reaching base.
Shoemake putting together quite a year. 450 average, batting average, and here's a ball to Martin, ball 3. To the cleanup hitter, Carrie Westbrook waits on deck.
Come on, Martin, give it a ride if it's in there.
Heather wears number 13 and will take high, ball 4, another walk with 2 outs now.
2 walks in the inning. Both runners in this first inning have reached on a walk, as Lewis is having trouble finding the strike zone here in the first inning.
A lot of pitches up, high deliveries. And Deaton, the catcher, will give another sign to Gwen Lewis. And Carrie Westbrook from the right side will take down and in, ball 1. Bottom half of the order, follow Westbrook here. Mundell, Hall, Beneke, and Walker. Oilers looking for win number 7. This one bounces in. Deaton blocks it, but Martin going to take the base on the wild pitch that bounced halfway home.
That ball bounced about 4 feet in front of home plate, and the catcher did a good job just keeping the ball in front of her, but it got away far enough to allow the runner to take second base.
2 down, and now Westbrook with an RBI opportunity here. Pitch high again in her eyes there for ball 3. 3-0, first base open. Natalie Mundell waits.
I think we've seen 3 different batters get to 3-0 counts in this game.
Bottom of the first inning, and ball 4 is high. And that will be 2 on, 2 out. Third walk of the inning. Mundell, who had probably the biggest game of all against Granite yesterday. 3 hits, 3 RBIs.
She's got a chance here to drive in a couple with 2 outs in the first.
Swing and a foul. Line drive by the head coach, Dana Emmerich, at third base. Out in front of that one, as it was just laid in there for a strike, and she was out in front.
You can't fault the pitcher to try to get one over to get ahead of a batter. But, boy, she didn't fool the batter that time.
Way high this time for a ball. That makes it 1-1 to the 6th hitter of this first inning, bottom of the first. Mundell wears number 5 and will take ball in the dirt that gets away, back to the screen. Another wild pitch, second and third now for the Oilers.
Another ball that bounced well in front of home plate, and the catcher couldn't keep it in front of her that time, and it goes back to the fence, and the runners advance. So now 2 runners in scoring position.
Lewis ready to deliver another one here. Pitch. High again. Ball 3 to Mundell, and one more out of the strike zone, and they'll be loaded.
Fouled off that first one, and she's watched 3 straight miss the strike zone, couple of them way high and 1 in the dirt.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a pop foul in on her hands this time, and it's going to be 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. Wind has died down a little bit, but still blowing out toward left field, blowing out in general here at the ballpark. Swing and a fly ball to left, going to fall in there for a base hit. 1 run in, here comes another. The throw home, not in time. A 2-run single. Mundell hits one into short left.
Well, the runner, the batter should be at second base. She's got to keep running. But anything that goes into the outfield was going to score 2 runs, because with a 3-2 count, they knew that they can go on contact and keep going, because either they would be out of the inning or it would be a couple of runs scored. And Westbrook had an awkward slide at home plate, but she beat the throw easily, and 3 runs are across here in the first.
And that's the first hit of the inning. The 3 walks have all scored now. And that will bring in number 18, Beneke, and she takes the ball low. So it looks like the Oilers have changed their order before we got started here. Maybe Beneke and Hall have switched spots.
Or maybe they're batting out of order.
I'll be a little more quiet then. Here's a ground ball, third, foul, but it is Katie Hall waiting on deck. So you flip-flop the 7 and 8 hitters, I guess, for the Oilers. Z1570 salutes today's business of the day, Glenhaven Gardens of Alton, a supportive living community providing affordable quality services and amenities that exceed your expectations. Glenhaven Gardens, our business of the day, ball high to Beneke here.
Another sophomore in this lineup, loaded with underclassmen. Mundell was a sophomore. Beneke a sophomore. Another base hit.
Base hit into left field. This one a sharp line drive between the shortstop and third baseman. This two-out rally continues. That's 4 in a row that have reached since the second out of the inning. And we have first and second, 2 down, 2 on for Katie Hall. Another base hit for the Oilers. And it will be Hall, number 15 now, as CM coach Mike Eddy talking to the home plate umpire maybe about the batting order. I would assume.
I just changed it in my book. They better not change it back. Oh, they're going to talk about it.
Now the two umpires going to discuss it now, and Coach Dana Emmerich not sure, and the umpire's going to check it out here too, and Coach Mike Eddy.
It was probably a smart move by Mike Eddy to wait and see what happens to that batter rather than bring it to his attention before the out was recorded or a base hit. Now batting out of order. I think that should result in either going back into order. I don't think it's an automatic out or anything like that.
And we'll have to see what they rule and how they rule it. And 2 on and 2 out is the situation right now. 3 runs are in for the Oilers here. Bottom of the first inning.
Oh, yeah, they just said the batter's out.
That Beneke is going to be out number 3, and that's going to end the inning. So it is a 3-run inning for the Oilers. And we will check it out here. The end of the first inning. After 1, the Oilers 3, the Eagles nothing. That's the end of 1 in Wood River. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Roper's Regal Beagle, located on Godfrey Road, is the Metro East premier sports bar and grill. Open Sunday through Thursday till 2 a.m. and Fridays and Saturdays till 3 a.m. At Roper's Regal Beagle, you will enjoy some of the area's best pizza from their wood-fired pizza oven. There's also a full kitchen offering a huge variety, as well as a soup and salad bar. Sports fans, Roper's Regal Beagle is the place to watch the game. 27 TVs, NFL ticket, Big Ten, Pac-12, and streaming local high school sports.
Just getting a piece of it was Deaton. Pitch was high. Not sure if that ball would have been popped up or not, if it would have been contact made by Deaton. That's what those pitchers are told. If they're going to square to bunt, try to keep it high in the strike zone.
This one is popped up, shortstop right there, and we'll make the play. We'll toss across to first just to check the runner, but safe back there at first base as Flanagan grabbed the pop-up, 1 down.
Didn't really hit it off the meaty part of the bat, caught her a little bit in on the hands, and the ball didn't quite make it to the deep part of the shortstop hole there, and Flanagan was able to catch it easily. Made a throw over to first, even though the runner got back easily.
Pitch by Young is just inside to number 11, Emma Lewis, the left fielder for the Eagles. Oilers playing some baseball today, too. Varsity action. Staunton Bulldogs in town to play just across the diamond here. Baseball today for the Oilers in Wood River. This one pops out of the catcher's glove. Pass ball, and Lawrence will go to second, 1 out.
Yeah, the catcher should have had it. A little bit high pitch, but she didn't have to come out of her squatting position to catch it. It was right at the glove level. She couldn't really grab it in.
Young brings another one in, and it's high again, and you know that you don't want to walk people when you have an early lead, 3-0, but it's 3-0 to Emma Lewis here. Young, the young freshman, brings it in. It's a strike, 3-1. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Top of the second inning. Here's the pitch. It's a ball high, and that's going to be 2 on and 1 out after the walk.
Well, we saw it in the first inning for the Oilers that if you reach base on a walk, chances are you can come around and score. And now CM's getting some confidence as they've got a runner on via the walk, and now 2 runners on with just 1 out in the inning.
Ball low in the dirt from Young to Lewis. Now she faces the 8 and 9 hitters with 1 out. You'd like to get 8 and 9 to get out of the inning, but we'll see how it works out. Oilers with a quick 3-0 lead, and this one is popped foul up in the eyes of Lewis. May have been a ball, but she liked it, saw it up in her eyes, and fouled it back.
Just missed it. Lewis ladies batting back-to-back in the order.
One a senior, one a freshman. The freshman will foul one first base side. Lewis now at 2 strikes.
After getting around on that pitch that was high and fouling it back into the fence, a little late on that one, and it stays fouled on that first base line.
We have 2 seniors again in this entire ball game. 2 seniors on the roster for the Eagles, no seniors on the roster for the Oilers. And this pitch in the dirt, wild pitch, will bring Lawrence to third, and Emma Lewis goes to second on the wild one with 1 out, second and third now.
Both of those seniors on the base paths right now for Civic Memorial, and they advance to second and third respectively.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Gwen Lewis here. Freshman for CM. Pitcher for CM. Strike 3 called, inside corner. Good spot around the hands, 2 down. Big strikeout there, and Kaylin Haar will be the batter now, number 9 batter for the Eagles.
Well, for Kaylee Young, she needs to get out this 9th place batter. When they're batting 9th, there's a reason, and she's got to get this 9th place batter to get out of the inning.
Swing and a line drive, base hit, and it goes into left field. 1 run in, 2 runs in, a 2-run single as Hard jumped on that one and lined it hard into left field. It's 3-2 Oilers.
Well, maybe she'll be moving up in the order. 2 RBI single, hard hit ball into left field. The left fielder, Westbrook, that time had the ball roll up her arm a little bit, and that allowed the second runner to score easily. No play at the plate. The runner sticks at first base. That's where Har will take her lead off as this pitch comes to the leadoff batter, Jennings.
Jennings will take a ball down and in, ball 1. Top of the second inning here. 3-2 ball game now. Oilers on top, but now just by a run. And this one sails up and away for a ball.
Well, if CM wants to tie this ball game, they've got the batter in the batter's box that they want. Jennings is one of the leading hitters on this team, hitting .450 on the season coming into this one.
Ground ball up the middle, base hit into center field. Runner stops at second base. 2 on, 2 out. That'll bring in Maddie Hall now.
Well, the Oilers scored 3 runs on just 1 hit, and now it's been 3 hits and 2 runs scored in this inning. And it's still going for the Eagles. They can tie this game, maybe take the lead.
Maddie Hall struck out her first time up. This one is a shot foul, third base side. Line drive and strike 1.
Haven't seen these pitchers throw balls by the batters. The 1 strikeout we've seen in this inning was a called strikeout, the second of the game for this pitcher. Not overpowering.
Now, neither pitcher throws very hard. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And when you force the other team to put the ball in play to get outs recorded, that opens the door for some mistakes to be made.
Here's the next. Way high for a ball. Maddie Hall, the right fielder, in there now with 2 on, 2 out, 2 runs in the second inning.
She was a strikeout victim her first time up.
3-0 Oilers after 1 inning. Now it's 3-2. The Eagles have scored a couple. Ball high, and Cassie Albers waits on deck. 3-1 count. Right-handed batter will wait on a 3-1. May sit on a 3-1 here. Swing and a shot up the middle, off the bag into center field. A run will score to tie the game. The other runner coming to third. She'll be held up. Throw over to first. Safe back there as the batter gets back in, and we're tied 3-3 on an RBI hit by Maddie Hall. It hit the bag at second base.
It was right through the legs of the pitcher, and it hit the bag and almost would have stayed in play if it would have bounced directly to the second baseman. She could have maybe kept the ball on the infield and maybe even recorded the force out at second base. Instead, it got away from her a little bit. 1 run in, they almost scored 2.
Swing and a miss by Albers here, the 8th hitter of the inning. And it's a 3-run inning here for CM. They have come back to tie the game right off the bat here.
Runners on the corners, and 3 and 4 in the batting order may come to plate here in the for the Eagles.
Albers will take low and away. Shortstop number 4, Albers at the plate.
Tied for the team lead in RBIs with 8.
Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball right to the second baseman, Shoemake. She will throw to first for the out. But the Eagles have an inning, 3 spot in the second inning to tie us up in the middle of the second inning. 3-3 now, Eagles and Oilers. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
As they try to get back into the regular batting order, but watch enough games, you're going to see it happen. And it happened here in the first inning of this one where someone batted out of order.
And Beneke had a hit taken away from her. It would have been 2 on, 2 out. You never know if the Oilers would have scored some more there. But instead, it will be Beneke to lead things off. Beneke, Walker, and Shoemake.
So Deaton apparently has left the game for Civic Memorial. There's a new player in the game for the Eagles. Bailey Hampton has apparently entered the game.
Hampton's into right field. Maddie Hall is the new catcher, so she'll come in from right. Hall will catch, and Hampton out in right field. So there's your change for the Eagles here early on. And Beneke bats, swing, and a miss. We're underway in the bottom of the second inning. So Hampton, a sophomore, out in right field now. Pitcher Gwen Lewis, now in a tie game. Swing and a pop foul. Strike 2 to Courtney Beneke, the catcher. And of course, the Oilers' regular catcher, injured right now, along with their top pitcher, Tori Beecham. Carly Campbell out with an injury, too, for the Oilers, their catcher. Here's a ground ball hit to short. Takes a nice hop for Albers, and she throws over to first. 1 out.
Well, Beneke, she had a hit the first time she came up, and that got erased with the batting out of the order, and now she grounds out, so her batting average takes a little bit of a hit because of that miscue.
Jenna Walker, number 10, steps in. Number 9 hitter, and then it'll be Shoemake, the top of the order. 3-3 game now. The Oilers with 3 in the first, the Eagles with 3 in the second. Ball one, high to Walker. Right-handed batter. Lewis brings it in high for a ball. After the game, our Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game will be announced. Could be maroon and gold, could be purple and gold. Here's a swing and a miss, down and in.
A little late decision to swing that time from Walker, and may have gotten just a piece of it as that ball was down at her ankles on the inside part of the plate.
Lewis delivers and slipped out of her hand and rolls to home plate for a ball.
And we've seen a couple of balls hit in front of the plate. That one hit just outside of the circle. It was like it was rolled up there.
So the number 9 hitter going to bunt back toward the pitcher. Lewis flips it to the second baseman covering. Good speed by Walker. Made it close, but 2 down.
Yeah, right back to the pitcher, and she handled it easily and made the good throw at first just to get the speedy runner Walker by about a step or so on that bunt attempt.
And that will bring in left-handed hitter Haley Shoemake. Going to be up in the batter's box this time from the left side. Takes ball one, bounces in.
Well, what the Eagles are doing is exactly what you want to do after you give up 3 runs in the first inning. You come back and you get those 3 back in the second, and now your pitcher is threatening to retire the opposition in order. That's just the way you write it up.
Shoemake walked and scored last inning. First inning, Martin Westbrook also scored. Mundell drove in 2. Flanagan had an RBI. That was back in the first. Now we're in the second inning, and Shoemake may get on base again. It's 3-0. Waiting on deck, the pitcher, Young, and Shoemake will take a strike here.
She was taken all the way, and it's a big strike zone when it's 3-0.
Now 3-1, and she'll get ready to take a cut if it's good, but it's low and away, ball 4.
On base for the second time, both via the walk. She's a threat to steal to get in scoring position for Young or Flanagan if they can keep this inning going.
So 4 walks for Oilers batters already in the first 10 hitters, and here is Young. Kaylee Young fakes a bunt. It's going to be a steal, and it pops out of the catcher's mitt, so no throw. Safe at second, 2 down.
The batter was squaring to bunt, and a lot of times they do that to put that bat right at eye level of the catcher. And Hall behind the plate now for the Eagles had that ball bounce out of her glove.
So now Young has a chance to give her team the lead again, up and away for a ball again.
Talk about pitchers helping themselves at the plate, and Kayla Young's got that opportunity here to get the lead back.
Gwen Lewis brings it in, swing and a miss, way up high for a ball, but big cut.
I had the Wood River Oiler runner Shoemake was halfway between second and third. The throw went right back to the pitcher, and they could have almost got that runner wandering off second base.
Swing and a miss, expanding the strike zone again is Young, and strike 2.
Yeah, she swung at 2 balls there. But you got to be aggressive. You want to get that runner in. Getting a walk could keep the inning going, but you also want to try to do your darndest to get that run in.
This time she takes it up and away, and it's going to be a full count, and a payoff pitch of 3-2 is now coming to Young.
And Shoemake with that good speed. If this ball gets out of the infield, she'll score easily.
Swing and a pop foul. Z1570 salutes today's business of the day. Glen Haven Gardens of Alton, a supportive living community, providing affordable quality services and amenities that exceed your expectations. Glen Haven Gardens of Alton, our business of the day today. Business of the day contest. Swing and a base hit into left field. Young has driven in Shoemake, and it's 4-3 as Young rips one over the third baseman's head into left field.
Well, she helped herself. She drove in the go-ahead run. I don't think it's going to be the last run these teams score today, but she gives her team the lead again, and now she can go in the circle and try to get the job done as a pitcher. But as a hitter, she drives in the go-ahead run.
Second inning, and we're at 4-3 Oilers. Here's Flanagan. Outside, ball one, and Flanagan already has an RBI on a bunt. Last inning.
Lewis got the first two out this inning, but she's allowed a run now in the inning, getting away from her just a little bit. Needs to settle back down.
Here's a strike called, and it's 1-1. Well, you look at the Oilers' runs. All 4 runs are walks. How about that?
And then the 2 base hits have driven in a total of 3.
Here's the pitch. High delivery to Flanagan, the shortstop. Heather Martin may bat here in the bottom of the second inning now, as this 2-out rally continues. High again. 3-1.
Flanagan did drive in a run first time up. It was on a ground out, but she drove in the game's first run.
And it is ball 4, and it is high, and that'll be 3 on in a row for the Oilers after 2 are out. First and second, 2 down.
Not what you want to have happen. You got those 2 out to begin the inning. Granted, they were at the bottom of the order, but you got to bear down and get these key batters at the top of the order. She hasn't been able to do it. Now 2 runners are on.
High to Heather Martin, ball 1. A lot of other softball going on today. Triad at Waterloo. O'Fallon at Alton High. Roxana at Highland. Marquette at Bunker Hill today. Here's the pitch. Bounces in. Hall with a good stop behind the plate.
Very good stop by Hall there, because if it would have got back to the fence, it would have been runners advancing. She's able to keep the runners where they are, digging that one out of the dirt.
Martin, the cleanup hitter, will take down and in for another ball. 3-0, Westbrook on deck.
Much like the first inning when she walked 4. This inning she's already walked 2, and she's having trouble finding the zone.
Soft line drive to third, and Turby Phil has it right to the third baseman, right into her glove, and one third baseman, Martin, hits it to another third baseman, Turby Phil, and that will end the second inning. The Oilers settle for 1 run, and after 2 innings, they lead here in Wood River. The Oilers 4, the Lady Eagles 3. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Why should you bring your vehicle to Quick Lane at Roberts Motors? You never need an appointment, just drive on in. Quick Lane has the guaranteed lowest tire prices around. Plus, we perform a multi-point inspection of the critical items on your vehicle at no charge every time you visit. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, or any other make, Quick Lane can service it. We're even open on Saturdays. Stop by Quick Lane at Roberts Motors today. Come see why life is better in the Quick Lane.
On to the third inning now, and after 2 innings, a 4-3 ball game. Turby Phil, Lawrence, and Hampton to bat here in the third inning as we roll on here in Wood River with Riverbend girls softball. Craig Ballman and Brent Birkland back with you on the Big Z here. Kaylee Young has another lead. Now it's 4-3 as we start the third inning, ball 1.
The Eagles sent 8 batters to the plate last inning. The only one not to bat, Turby Phil. She starts off the third.
Crowd getting bigger and bigger here in Wood River for the CM Wood River softball game. Strike called inside corner there to Turby Phil.
The ball bounced out of Beneke's first baseman's mitt that she uses as a catcher here at the softball level, and don't see a lot of called strikes on a ball that pops out of the mitt.
Low and in to the CM third baseman.
These freshman pitchers, they're gonna grow up fast pitching at this level.
A lot of varsity experience for all of these young Riverbend softball teams around the area. And it's 3-1 to the Eagles cleanup hitter here. Swing and a pop-up. Back comes the catcher, but not in time, as she didn't find the ball in time, as that one was popped back near the screen here. Not a whole lot of room in foul territory, but falls for a strike.
Saw it before the game. Turbyfield's wearing a knee brace on her right knee, and she is not moving very spryly with that knee brace, really limiting her range of motion, and I don't know if she could beat out an infield single.
Soft liner, shortstop has it tip off of her glove as she tried to time it there, kind of a changeup to short, and Flanagan leaped into the air, but off of her glove for a hit.
Well, she didn't need to beat it out. She just had the ball go off the glove of the shortstop and roll away from her, and she was able to trot down to first base.
Jalen Lawrence now in there is back behind the Oilers dugout. Victoria Beecham warms up a little bit. Again, had that lower body injury, if you will. Leg injury, groin injury area, and she may see a little time today, an inning or two. Who knows?
Maybe it's dependent upon the temperature. Feel warmer, you get warmed up easily.
See how it feels. Here's a deep drive to left center field, and that one's going to go for a while. Tie the game at least, as Lawrence sends one to left center field. Turbyfield hobbles home, and Lawrence is going to try to score, and she will as the relay gets away, and it's 5-4 CM.
Well, a big RBI that time from Lawrence. She put a charge into it, went into that left center field gap. She's not the quickest of runners, but Mike Eddy was waving her in, and when the ball glanced off the cutoff player, the pitcher, she was able to score standing up. Lawrence with a triple, RBI, and a run scored.
That will make it 5-4. The Eagles have their first lead of the game. Swing and a miss by Hampton, who's now into the game and now in the number 6 spot in the batting order. The right fielder for the Eagles. Swing and a miss again. So these two teams keep on scoring here early in the game.
Bailey Hampton is a sophomore, hitting only .222 on the season. Has had 21 plate appearances, 18 official at-bats.
Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. Catcher will flip to first to complete the strikeout, and there's one down now.
That was a quick strikeout that time. Young went right after Hampton and gets her swinging for the first out of the inning.
2 runs already here in the third to give the Eagles now a 5-4 lead. And here is Emma Lewis. She will take high, ball 1. CM looking for win number 4. The Oilers looking for win number 7. Pitch. Ground ball up the middle by the diving shortstop into center field. The Eagles have another hit.
Third hit of the inning. As Emma Lewis reaches here, brings in Gwen Lewis, the pitcher. Much like we saw Kayla Young have an opportunity to help herself, now Gwen Lewis has an opportunity to help herself with her sister down at first base.
Swing and a fly ball into center. Mundell coming on under it, has it, and that will be the second out of the inning. That'll bring in Har, the number 9 hitter. Had a big hit last inning.
It was straight away center field. Just coming in a little bit was Mundell to make the catch. Not a lot of wind to contend with. The sun wasn't a factor. She made the play. Looked at first base to maybe try to double off the runner.
Ground ball through the hole, left side, and Har is 2 for 2 in that number 9 spot with a couple of RBIs.
Well, I said there's a reason she was batting 9.
She heard you, Craig.
Her first at bat, and now she's got back-to-back clean hit singles.
She heard you. She didn't like that. So the top of the order is coming up now. Chloe Jennings, 2 on, 2 out. 5-4 game, and assistant coach, pitching coach Mike Beecham is going to head to the circle and talk to Young here.
He's not bringing Beecham, the pitcher, with him. At least at this time, she still continues to warm up.
Leaving his daughter behind the dugout for the moment anyway, and we'll see about Young now facing the top of the order. Jennings will bat for the third time as we're in the third inning, but both teams scoring some runs here today. It's 5-4 third inning. Z1570 again salutes our business of the day today, Glenhaven Gardens of Alton, a supportive living community. Our business of the day contest here through the month of April. Glenhaven Gardens of Alton, our business of the day. And we're ready for Jennings now from the left side.
You got to credit this Eagles team. Fell behind 3-0, battled back, tied it, went down again going into this inning, and they've come back, taken the lead now, 5-4.
Left-handed batter against Young, the righty, and bounces one in. Good play by Beneke, the catcher, to scoop it.
Well, that kept the runners, only one of them in scoring position. If it would have went back to the screen, two runners would have been in scoring position.
Here's the next. Swinging a ground ball, base hit.
No.
Out as it hits the runner going from first to second. That was headed to right field, Craig.
Yeah, it would have been a hit, would have driven in another run, but instead the runner gets hit on the leg when she was struck by that batted ball, and that's going to end the inning.
Well, the runner's got to stop and let that one go through, but Haar had it hit her there right between first and second base, and that will end the inning. Well, we've seen some crazy things here today already, and the Eagles take the lead there in the third inning. It's 5-4 over the Oilers in Wood River. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
After their 2 innings, have 4 runs on 2 hits. They've left 3. So there's been a lot of action on the bases. There's been some runs scored in this one, and we're only in the bottom of the third.
5 o'clock, and we move to the home half of the third inning. Wood River to the plate. Lady Oilers with a chance to do something now with Westbrook, Mundell, and Hall, and it's ball 1. Oilers have RBIs from Young and Flanagan, 2 from Mundell for their 4 runs. Carrie Westbrook starting things here. Tapped up the third base line. Looked like it hit her while she was in the box, but not called there, and it's called out at first.
And I think they're going to talk about it.
A foul ball, I believe, if it hit her after it hit her bat, if it hit her while she was still in the batter's box.
Well, the third baseman made an aggressive play. Turbyfield came in and fielded that ball with the bare hand and threw to first base and just missed the runner. And now the umpires are going to confer. I think they're talking about just what you thought, that the ball was hit the batter while in the batter's box, and that should be a foul ball. And that's what they're ruling.
It is going to be a foul ball as Coach Dana Emmerich was coming toward home plate to talk about that exact thing there. If they weren't going to rule it, he was going to put it in their head, mention it, and sure enough, that's what happened as it came out of that home plate umpire kind of spinning around like it did hit her after it hit the bat.
I know the home plate umpire wanted to confer with the base umpire, but I don't think the base umpire was giving him any support. I don't think he saw it. It was up to the home plate umpire to make the call.
There's a strike called, strike 2. 1-2 the count. Westbrook, number 5 hitter. She digs in, gets ready again. Pitch on the way. High for a ball. Eagles have Lawrence at first, Haar at second, Albers at short, Turbyfield at third. Hall is the catcher, Lewis the pitcher. Ball bounces in. Jennings in center. Flanked by Emma Lewis in left, Bailey Hampton in right field.
Both of these teams have a Hall on their roster, and we'll see Maddie Hall behind the plate when Katie Hall comes to bat this inning.
Ground ball to third again. Turby Phil will throw her out again, so it still goes 5-3 on the ground out.
That's a well-hit ball down to third base, but Turby Phil fielded it cleanly and threw across on time and got out the first out of the inning.
5-4 Eagles have the lead. Third inning. Mundell with a 2-run single, her first time up. We'll watch this one bounce in, ball one.
And we'll have that odd occurrence with Katie Hall making her first plate appearance in the third inning after she was batted out of order. She didn't bat out of order. The player who follows her in the lineup batted out of order, so Hall doesn't have a plate appearance yet.
1 ball, 1 strike as foul ball goes past the Oiler dugout, third base side. Eagles dugout, first base side here in Wood River. The pitch, swing and a miss, sinking low and away from the batter.
We haven't seen a strikeout yet from this pitcher, and right now with 2 strikes on this batter, she could record her first K.
Oilers again with just 2 hits. And this one a cue shot to first. It rolls to the first baseman. Lawrence will grab it, step on the bag, 2 down.
Easy play for the first baseman there. The ball went off the end of the bat, and if it's hit really hard, it could be difficult to field, but that one was not hit very hard at all, and all she had to do was catch it, step on the bag.
Now it is Katie Hall, first baseman. Ball one.
And if you weren't with us earlier, this spot in the order was the last out of the first inning when the catcher, Beneke, batted, instead of in the 8th spot, she batted in the 7th spot in the order, reached base on a single, and then the umpires conferred with Mike Eddy, the CM coach, and it was determined they batted out of order, and that brought the inning to an end.
That was back in the first. We're now in the bottom of the third inning. Here's the pitch. Change up and bounces in. 2-1 now as head coach Dana Emmerich shouts out some instructions for Katie Hall and talks to his on-deck hitter, Courtney Beneke, a little bit here. Ball 3. Oilers with a home softball game, home baseball game today down there too. This one bounces in, ball 4.
Getting a little bit of a late start. I guess maybe they stagger the start times in hopes of maybe having the softball game be over a lot quicker than the baseball game.
I think Staunton, with a long way to come, may not start till 4:45 or at least 4:30. Staunton playing here in Wood River in baseball today. This softball game, bottom of the third, 5-4 score. Pitch is high to Beneke, ball 1.
I guess what I'm saying is if that baseball game ends while this softball game is still going on, that doesn't bode well for an early supper tonight.
There you go. I think you hit it right on. We've already got 9 runs in the game. Ball 2. A lot of runs were scored yesterday in softball. Oilers 14. Roxana scored 15. Marquette had 20 runs in their game, 11-9 Litchfield. Check swing and a strike to Beneke. Two and one to count now to the catcher for the Oilers. Right-handed batter. The pitch. High, ball 3.
Well, the Eagles had a 2-out rally last inning, ended up scoring 2 runs after the first 2 outs were recorded.
Here's the pitch. High, ball 4. Back-to-back walks after 2 out. That'll bring in Jenna Walker, but you may see a pinch hitter here as Coach Emmerich is coming to home plate.
I should say it was the Oilers who had a 2-out rally in their last at-bat. They scored 1 run. And now they've got an opportunity to have another 2-out rally here with 2 runners on now.
We are going to see Tori Beecham come into the ball game here, and we'll see what she can do. Batting from the left side as she tries to make something happen here for the Oilers. Throws left, bats left.
She's going to bat in this 9th place in the lineup. And we'll see if she indeed stays in the game as the new pitcher.
Ground ball up the middle, base hit into center field. Runner comes around third, going to try to score, and they will score. Runner going to third now and tagged out there, but the Oilers tie it up at 5-5 with a pinch hit single up the middle by Beecham. She ties the game, and then the third out is made at third base. So, after 3 innings, a new game again. Oilers 5, Eagles 5. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
We're always looking for better ways to do things. But with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached Megabank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Liberty Bank. Do you, Kasasa?
Here for the Oilers, now in a tie game, 5-5.
Brand new ball game, and easing Beecham back into it here, maybe only forcing her to pitch a few innings and see how she responds in her recovery from this injury.
Looks like the only change is pitcher and right field, but we'll have to check the right fielder in a moment.
It is Kayla Young. She went out to right field.
There you go. So they just switch around there, the old switcheroo. Z1570 salutes today's business of the day. Glenhaven Gardens of Alton, a supportive living community, providing affordable quality services and amenities that exceed your expectations. Glenhaven Gardens, our business of the day. So now we're going to see Beecham, and she's had a good year, good start to the year, even with the injury problems.
I'll tell you what, she looks like an athlete. She's making her 14th appearance on the season. She started 12 games. She's got a record of 4-8. She's gone 65 innings, and her ERA is 3.02. And she is a different change of pace from the pitchers we've seen earlier.
Yeah, she can fire it, bring it in there for sure. A lot of different change of pace pitches. Curveball, screwball, and that blazing fastball is a strike. Here to Maddie Hall, and the Eagles have to dial it up a little bit now as the left-handed pitcher, Tori Beecham, brings it in, swing and a miss.
110 strikeouts on the season, and that's averaging, I guess, 11.85 per game. So she'll strike out a lot of these batters. And that's got nothing to say bad against Civic Memorial. She does it to everybody.
Yes, she does. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 to Maddie Hall as the 4th inning gets underway with Beecham, the lefty, with a strikeout to Maddie Hall here, 1 down. And again, a tie game at 5-5. Swing and a miss. And Beecham has a no-hitter this year. That was against Roxana.
And as a pinch hitter, she drove in the tying run in this game. So she helped herself before she was even able to step inside the circle.
Lefty against lefty here. Swing and a miss by Albers. Couldn't catch up with that. Strike 2.
The Eagles had struck out twice before this 4th inning. And we'll see if that total is quickly eclipsed here.
Swing and a miss, gets by the catcher. Runner going to go to first, throw to first, and not in time. It's a strikeout. A pass ball that pops out of the catcher's mitt, though. Still only 1 out.
So, well, I should say there were 3 strikeouts, 2 swinging strikeouts and a looking strikeout before this 4th inning. Now they've got 1 out in the inning. There's been 2 strikeouts. She's got an opportunity to have maybe 4 strikeouts in this inning.
Caitlin Turbyfill to the plate. Throws a strike at the knees, 0-1.
Turbyfield singled and scored a run, third inning for the Eagles. Got that rally started in the third.
Upper leg injury, I believe, is the left leg. So the push-off leg when you're a left-handed pitcher for Beecham this year that's been bothering her off and on. And 1-1 to count, 1 on, 1 out. Just outside for a ball.
Be interesting just to watch her facial reaction if she shows any signs that maybe that leg is bothering her. But so far, it looks like she's pretty healthy.
Strike called. It looked like a rise ball of sorts there as it rises up above the belt. Started down a little lower than that. 2-2 the count. Swing and line drive, caught by the first baseman. A tag there, and it's a double play.
Didn't have to tag her. Would have been safe play just to step on the bag, but she reached down, tagged the runner, diving back in, and double play ends the inning.
How about that? Line drive to the first baseman, Hall, who doubles up Albers at first. And that's the end of that for CM. Middle of the fourth inning, 5-5. Oilers and Eagles. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Timeout. Come here. I need better coverage. Anybody here give me better coverage?
Put me in, coach. I can give you better coverage. Not only can I give you better coverage, I can protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062.
Hey, where do you want this ladder?
Oh, come on, coach.
American Family Insurance.
Kelsey Deaton, the catcher. She will give the sign to the pitcher here. Haley Shoemake, swing and a miss. Shoemake, Young, and Flanagan due up here. Top of the order.
Been on base twice, scored 2 runs in this game. She's the person that gets it started for the Oilers, and she would like to do it here.
Digs in from the left side, gets ready against the right-hander Lewis. 2-2 count. Ball 3 high. She may get on base again.
She's walked the first 2 times up and got a good eye in that leadoff position. Sees a lot of pitches. We've seen it in the couple games I've witnessed.
This one drops low, maybe even a little off the plate outside to the left-handed batter. And there goes Haley again to first. Nobody out.
3 walks here today. Her on-base percentage climbing. Her batting average not moving up any with the 3 walks and 3 plate appearances. But she's already scored 2 runs, adding to her team-high total, so she's got 15 runs scored on the season.
Kaylee Young tried to bunt there, but bunted through it. It was a low delivery. Like the ball was about to hit the plate, but charged with a strike.
And she offered at it. The umpire made that ruling very quickly.
And she bunts this one toward third. Turbyfill flips out there. Shoemake to second base after the sacrifice bunt, 1 out.
Well, that time the Oiler player was not able to advance to third. What Civic Memorial does with that runner going to second, the shortstop is covering second base with the second baseman covering first base on the bunt, and then it's the pitcher who has to get back over to third to cover the vacant bag, and she was able to get over there quickly.
Swing and a fly ball, foul ball, left side and into short left, but strike 1 there. Lewis the pitcher, Deaton the catcher, Turbyfill at third, Albers at short, Haar at second, Lawrence at first, Emma Lewis in left, Jennings in center, Maddie Hall back in right field. High for a ball.
Flanagan's got an RBI in this game. She's also been on base once on a walk. Her RBI came back in the first inning when she grounded out, drove in the game's first run. That was Shoemake. Shoemake's on its second here.
Ground ball and just foul by the bag at third for strike 2.
With Beecham in the circle now for the Oilers, they've got to feel pretty confident that she can close out the Eagles, and if her teammates can just get one run across, it could be the difference in this ballgame.
Be interesting to see. Here's a line drive right to the left fielder. Throw to second. Shoemake is back, but that one right to Emma Lewis. Hit hard, but right at the left fielder. 2 down.
Yeah, Lewis didn't have to move much at all. She was able to field it and threw it back into second base to make that play there a little bit close. There's 2 outs in the inning now. 2-out RBI for Martin would give her team the lead.
Heather Martin to the dish. Tap foul, third base side, off the bat of the third baseman for the Oilers.
The bat sounded like it had a little rattle in it.
And we'll do it again, maybe off the end of the bat there with that foul ball. And right-handed batter digs in, ready to go again. Ball bounces in the dirt. Shoemake scampers over to third. Doesn't take much for her to go, go, go.
Deaton kept it in front of her, did everything she could, but just got away enough that Shoemake was able to take third.
She's there with 2 down. Here's the pitch. High for a ball.
Deaton had to reach high to grab that one. If it would have went back to the screen, Shoemake would have scampered home with the go-ahead run.
4 out of the Oiler 5 runs have come with 2 out, and there's 2 out here. Looking for another 2-out run. Bounces in, ball 3. They scored 2 in the first inning after 2 were out. 1 in the second, 1 in the third, trying to score for the 4th straight inning. Swinging a ground ball to third. Turbyfill will throw to first for the out. Hit hard again, but right at the third baseman. Martin is retired, and that's the end of 4 innings now in Wood River. Still 5-5 as we go to inning number 5. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Let Auto Butler's professional staff keep your vehicle looking great inside and out. We have many car wash options to choose from, as well as express detail services and a 48-hour clean car guarantee. Auto Butler Express Lube gives you a free full-service car wash with your oil change. And while you wait, you will enjoy our lobby that makes you feel like you're right at home. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, located at 1706 Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Clean, shine, and protect.
With Craig Ballman, Brent Birkeland back here at the ballpark. Softball diamond at East Alton Wood River High School. Oilers and Eagles 5-5. As we go to the 5th, strike 1 to start the 5th. It's Jalen Lawrence in a 5-5 game. Here's the pitch. Beecham delivers outside for a ball. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter.
Lawrence has singled and tripled in this game, has scored twice. She's in line for that designation as the Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game.
Scored twice, driven in a run. And Kelsey Deaton back in the game, and she's going to bat next. Here's the pitch. Swing and a pop-up into right field. Kaylee Young coming in, goes off of her glove, and it's going to be an error in right field to start the 5th inning.
Hall went out in right field last inning after leaving the circle and misplays her first opportunity out there, and the first runner's on, first batter's on here in the 5th.
All right, let's go.
And see if we're going to have a pinch runner come into the game here. Somebody getting a helmet in the CM dugout. It might be Hampton. Or maybe somebody else in purple there. As Coach Mike Eddy talks to the home plate umpire. It's going to be Annika Oakes. Oakes, a freshman, number 10, into the game. Annika Oakes at first, and the batter is Kelsey Deaton again, 0 for 1.
She's a tiny thing out there. She's got to be one of the smallest players in the conference.
Here's the pitch. And a foul ball on a bunt attempt by Deaton. Strike one.
Ball went off the bat, then through the legs, past the catcher, and hit the umpire right in the leg. But just getting a piece of it that time was Deaton.
So Oaks at first, and now the Oilers infield in all the way around, especially at third, Martin, and at first, Hall. Here's the next. High delivery back to the screen. Wild pitch as Beecham was trying to get her to pop that bunt up into the air, but it goes over everybody's head for a ball. A wild pitch.
Now you wonder if Coach Eddie will keep the bunt play on to try to advance the runner from second to third. I would think so. It's a difficult play from anybody on the infield to try to get an out at third on a bunt play.
Pitch, swing and a miss. Deaton with a big cut, but riding in on her a little bit, maybe even up and in.
But you also have that runner in scoring position. You'd like to maybe use your middle of the lineup to get her to come around and score.
Strike three called as Deaton watches it go by. Strikeout, one down.
Third strikeout already for this pitcher Beecham, who just entered the circle last inning.
Tori Beecham, lefty, will now face Emma Lewis, right-handed batter who's been on base twice, walk and a single. In a 5-5 game in the fifth inning, foul ball back to the screen. Gwen Lewis on deck. Bottom third of the batting order now. The Oilers defense getting ready to roll here. Hall at first, Shoemake at second, Flanagan at short, Martin at third. Beneke the catcher, and there's a strike called to Lewis. Beecham in the circle, the lefty, with a runner behind her at second base, one out. Low, and it gets away from the catcher, far enough for the runner to go to third on a ball, one out.
When we've seen the Eagles get their leadoff man on, and it's happened twice in this game, in the second and third inning, that leadoff batter has come around to score both times. And the leadoff batter on here at third base now with one out.
It's 2-2 to the batter, Emma Lewis, left fielder. Head coach Mike Eddy talking it over with the base runner there at third and his batter Lewis here. The pitch up and in, ball three. Lewis at the plate. Lewis on deck. It's Emma Lewis here, swinging a foul straight back. And Tori Beecham will have to give another 3-2 pitch to Lewis.
Well, these Eagles batters, they've been getting at least a piece of it. They haven't been able to square it up yet, but they've been just getting a piece of these pitches from Beecham.
Outside, this one sails for a ball, and with one out, now there's runners at first and third on a walk. Here's Gwen Lewis.
Gwen Lewis struck out looking in the second inning and then flied out to center field in inning number 3. So she's 0 for 2. Got runners on the corners.
High delivery, ball one, and Emma Lewis will scamper to second base without a play, no throw.
They didn't stay on the corners long. First pitch, Lewis was off, and now 2 runners in scoring position.
Here's the pitch. It's a strike call, down around the knees, outside corner. The wind shifting a little bit now, blowing in a little bit from right field. In to the batter's face, maybe a little bit now, a little bit more. Here's the pitch, swinging a foul off to the right, behind on that swing, strike 2.
We've seen the Wood River pitchers help themselves while at the plate, and here Gwen Lewis has an opportunity with 2 runners on, 1 out here in this 5th inning. Try and drive in a run, help her cause.
Swing and a miss. Beecham strikes out Lewis, and there's 2 down with 2 on and 2 Ks in the inning.
That's 4 for the game already, and 4 strikeouts in the last 2 innings. In the first 3 innings, there were 3 strikeouts total.
And here's that number 9 hitter we've been talking about, Kalen Haar, 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Done a great job so far in the number 9 spot. Ball 1. 2 on, 2 out, second and third. The Eagles with a chance in a 5-5 game. Another pitch. Strike call, down around the knees, 0-2.
You could probably hear the wind through your radio speakers. It's kind of blowing across from first to third base. It's really not blowing out towards the outfield at all.
Foul ball, strike 2.
So it's not a benefit to these batters too much, unless a ball would go towards left field and maybe get blown a little bit towards the left field line. But asking these batters to get ahead on these pitches thrown by Beecham is a little bit much.
Trying to strike out the side and missed her spot. It was low and away for a ball. The catcher had the target set up and in. It was low and away.
And then Beneke tried to frame it the best she could and didn't quite get the call.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Beecham does strike out the side. 2 left in scoring position for the Eagles. Middle of the 5th inning. 5-5, Oilers and Eagles. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
If you want your car to look stunning and keep it running, then take your car to Andy's Auto Body and Complete Car Care Center. Andy's ASE certified mechanics perform oil changes, suspension repair, air conditioning repair and service, engine diagnostics, warranty maintenance, tires, brakes, and shocks, plus state-of-the-art Hawkeye alignment. Like Andy's on Facebook. Andy's Auto Body and Car Care Center with 2 locations in Alton and Maryville is your car's home away from home.
In the game, the teams exchanging leads. Oilers led 3-0 after 1 inning. CM's had a lead of 5-4. That was their only lead, and right now it's 5-5 in the 5th.
All the runs scoring in the first 3 innings, last 2 innings. Inning and a half, really. We haven't seen any runs cross the plate.
Let's see what we have in store here as the Oilers come to the plate. Check swing by Westbrook. Thought it might have went off her bat, but I guess it's a ball.
I thought it might have went off her arm. They're going to call it a strike.
Going to be strike 1 to Westbrook, Mundell, and Katie Hall, bottom of the 5th. Well, we've had 12 left on base, 5 for the Oilers, 7 for the Eagles left on. High for a ball here.
We've seen almost everything today. Somebody batting out of order. We've seen a runner get hit by a batted ball.
Runner's interference. All kinds of things happening today. A lot of runs, 5-5. And a ball, 2-1. Mundell will be next. Has a couple of RBIs. Beecham with an RBI. Here's a pop fly. First baseman over into foul territory, and Lawrence will make the grab. 1 out.
Had plenty of room in front of the dugout. Not a lot of foul room here. Not a lot of space in foul territory. But that ball was hit high enough that Lawrence was able to range over about halfway between first base and the dugout and make the play.
Mundell will tap 1 to third. Turbyfill throws low, but bounces and scooped by Lawrence at first. 2 down.
Well, Turbyfill makes all the plays at third base. She very steady over there. That time she looked like she took a little off to try to make the good throw and bounced it across, and Lawrence was able to dig it out.
That will bring in Katie Hall. Walked and scored in the 3rd inning. Strike on the inside corner from Lewis. The Oilers with 3 runs in the 1st inning, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. So there are 5 runs coming in the first 3 innings.
That was the last run we've seen in this game.
1-1, high delivery there.
And she got on base with a walk with first 2 batters retired back in that 3rd inning.
Change up, took something off and right down the middle, and Boy, Katie Hall would like that one back to take a hack at it. Took it for strike 2. Gwen Lewis brings it in. Foul ball. After the game again, our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game coming your way. And more play-by-play coming your way later this week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday here on the Big Z. Hall takes high. Katie Hall of the Oilers. Courtney Beneke on deck if Hall can get on base and extend this 5th inning. Popped up, foul territory. Turbyfill over and makes the grab. And that's the end of the 5th for the Oilers. 1, 2, 3 go the Lady Oilers. And we'll go to the 6th inning in a 5-5 game in Wood River. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Roper's Regal Beagle, located on Godfrey Road, is the Metro East premier sports bar and grill. Open Sunday through Thursday till 2 a.m. and Fridays and Saturdays till 3 a.m. At Roper's Regal Beagle, you will enjoy some of the area's best pizza from their wood-fired pizza oven. There is also a full kitchen offering a huge variety, as well as a soup and salad bar. Sports fans, Roper's Regal Beagle is the place to watch the game. 27 TVs, NFL ticket, Big Ten, Pac-12, and streaming local high school sports.
6th inning now. CM Eagles coming to the plate, and we're still tied 5-5 with Tori Beecham into the game. Starting in the 4th inning, Young pitched the first 3 innings. This will be the 3rd inning for Beecham since coming into the game. And again, she has 5 strikeouts in 2 innings and has held down the Eagles. And here is Jennings, the leadoff hitter.
You really wonder if CM missed their opportunity last inning when they had 2 runners on with 1 out, and they couldn't get a run across. And now we're getting into the latter innings.
That one's hit hard, but right at the second baseman. Shoemake will throw out Jennings, second to first, 1 out.
And you wonder if the chances will be limited from here on out for the Eagles against this pitcher, Beecham.
It is Maddie Hall now. Started in right field. Was a catcher for a little while, now back in right field. The pitch on the way to Hall. Swing and a miss. Sailing away from the right-handed batter. Couldn't reach it.
She was the first batter that Beecham faced when she entered the game. Strikeout victim back in the 4th.
Pitch on the way. High fastball, rise ball, and it's 1-1. The Eagles with 3 in the 2nd inning, 2 in the 3rd inning. They scored their 5 runs back-to-back. 2nd and 3rd innings, ball low.
And the Eagles have had base runners in every inning.
They've left 7. Pitch on the way. Foul ball. 2-2 the count. Hall has an RBI. 2 for Har, RBIs. Lawrence has 1. Eagles and Oilers in a 5-5 game. Beecham, the lefty. Looks in, brings it in. Swing and a foul tip. Off the catcher's mitt, too, and rolls back to the screen. Still 2-2.
And Beneke just couldn't quite hold on to that one. Would have been strike 3 if she could have held on, but just popped out of her glove.
1 out, 6th inning. Foul ball, first base side, as she was late on that cut. Hit a line drive, but never fair.
And the right-handed batter late on the swing, the ball going down the right field line, tailing out into foul territory, about 5 feet foul.
Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter, and here's Tori Beecham again. Swing and a miss, took something off, struck her out down in the dirt, and the throw to first to complete another strikeout.
Hall strikes out for the 3rd time in this game, and for Beecham, her strikeout totals are adding up. She had 3 last inning, and she strikes out another here after striking out 2 in her 1st inning of work. 6 strikeouts for Beecham.
Swing and a miss. Albers strike 1. And those 2 last inning were big, back-to-back, as you mentioned, after they had 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Struck out Gwen Lewis and Kalen Haar, bottom of the order. Now top of the order, and it's 2 up, 2 down. Foul ball.
And as we mentioned, the Eagles have not been retired in order in this game, but Beecham has a chance here with the first 2 being retired.
Victoria Beecham. Torrey will bring another one in, swinging a foul ball. Z1570 salutes today's business of the day again. Glenhaven Gardens of Alton, a supportive living community. Glenhaven Gardens, our business of the day today, Tuesday, the 22nd. Albers the lefty, Beecham the lefty, foul ball again.
Staying alive, giving herself an opportunity to square one up against Beecham. Fouled them straight back on the last 2 deliveries.
Five game. We're in the 6th inning here in Wood River. Here's the next. Swing and a foul. Jennings fouling that one back.
Another one straight back. That one hit one of the supports for the backstop and stays in the field of play.
Lefty against lefty. Good battle here. 2 outs. In the 6th. Swing and a miss as she changed up on her. Changed pace and strikes out 2 more in the 6th inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Eagles. Middle of the 6th. We're still tied 5-5. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Lady Eagles, Lady Oilers. Craig Ballman and Brent Birkland back here on Z1570. And Courtney Beneke leads things off. Then Beecham and Shoemake. The Oilers trying to grab the lead here in the home half of the 6th inning. 5-5 ball game. Ball 1 to Beneke. We're underway in the bottom of the 6th.
Bottom of the order here. If they want to get some runs scored, they're going to have production out of the bottom of the order. We've seen a couple of these players reach base in this game.
Smacked foul, third base side. Outside the bag at third. Beneke is at 1-1 now. Well, Beecham is on deck. She is now in the number 9 spot in the batting order. Good hitter at the bottom of the order there. And then Shoemake at the top to follow Courtney, Beneke, ball low.
Beneke reached on a walk, and then we saw Beecham drive in a run back in the 3rd inning when she made her first and only plate appearance thus far.
That Beecham hit tied us up at 5-5. Here's a tap foul, and we're still there at 5-5. And so Beneke now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gwen Lewis trying to get the leadoff Oiler here in the 6th inning. Pitch low for a ball.
Gwen Lewis has battled. I mean, she gave up those 5 runs in the first 3 innings, and Civic Memorial hasn't had the luxury of bringing in a fire thrower like Beecham in this game, and Lewis has just had to battle it out.
And giving up her share of walks. Here's a leadoff walk in the 6th inning. She'll have to try to pitch around a walk here. She had a leadoff walk that she allowed in the 4th inning to Shoemake and pitched around that.
So Beneke now has walked twice. She's 0 for 1 in the game. Despite appearing at the plate 4 times, she was ruled out for batting out of order first time up. Actually, her spot in the order, it was Hall's spot in the order that was ruled to be out, even though Beneke had singled and reached base. It did not count.
Beecham takes one in the dirt, ball 1. There's one off the end of the bat, spinning toward the shortstop. Out at second, no throw to first. And Beecham, one of their best base runners, is now on with 1 out on a fielder's choice to short.
She hit it sharp enough that the shortstop had to play at second base, and they get the lead runner, Beneke, who is a catcher and not the fleetest of foot. And now Dana Emmerich maybe thinking about should have used a courtesy runner for the catcher. He does use a courtesy runner here for his pitcher.
Hannah Lemire going to check into the game. Another one of those freshmen on the team. Number 17, Lemire, and keeping Beecham off the bases with that leg injury, even though she is one of the best base runners on the team. And now it's going to be Haley Shoemake, 3 for 3 in terms of walks. No plate appearance yet with those 3 walks today.
3 walks, 2 runs scored in this game.
If my count is correct, I think 9 walks given to the Oilers today. Wishing they had more than 5 runs. Ball 2.
And right now Shoemake is showing as if she will try to bunt the runner down. She's been charging up into the batter's box, either using a slap hit or a bunt. We haven't seen the slap hits from these teams, but if anybody could do it, it would be Shoemake using the good speed from that left-handed batter's box.
Here's the next. Outside for a ball, and it is 3-0, and I think she's just taking to the first strike, and still will do that maybe here. 3-0. Lemire at first. Running for Beecham. 1 out. Strike called at the letters.
Taken all the way, 3-0.
Beecham from the left side. Runner at first. 1 out. Tie game. 6th inning. Here's the pitch. It's a bunt. Foul. Good idea there, but poked it foul. Third base side. 3-2.
Might have been ball 4. She really had to reach to make contact with that ball. Might have been ball 4 outside. Now it's full.
Has a good eye, so even on 3-2, we'll see here. It is low and away. It is ball 4, and what do you know? She's on again.
4 walks. You see people reach base 4 times in a game. That's nothing special, but to walk 4 times, Shoemake doing what she does best out of that leadoff spot, seeing a lot of pitches and getting on base.
10 walks given to the Oilers in this game. 4 to Shoemake. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul by Kaylee Young. Past the third base bag. Foul as she was out in front of that one. Strike 1.
Ball was in on her hands and fouled it down the left field line. She's got an RBI in this game. She's got a single that back in the 2nd inning drove in a run.
That broke a 3-3 tie, made it 4-3 Oilers. Then it was 5-4 Eagles, and the Oilers tied it up with another run, 3rd inning, 5-5. That's where we are here in the 6th inning, 5-5. Swing and a pop fly, center field. Center fielder right there under it, and Jennings has it. There's 2 outs with 2 on, and that'll bring in Emmy Flanagan.
Well, Kaylee Young, no longer the pitcher of record, had an opportunity there with 2 runners on here in the 6th inning, but she flies out to dead center field and couldn't advance the runners, and now they're still on 1st and 2nd with Flanagan up with 2 outs.
Flanagan at the plate now, and there's a ground ball up the middle. Gets through into center field. Runner coming around 3rd. Throw home. Not in time. The ball skips away from the catcher, and Shoemake will score. 2 runs come in on a base hit that just got through near second base. Flanagan does it again.
Yeah, the shortstop couldn't reach it. The ball went to center field. A good throw from the center fielder would have gotten the runner from second. She didn't take the best route around third base. The throw was there in time, but it bounced on the catcher, and she couldn't hold on. 2 runs crossed the plate here in the 6th inning, and the Oilers are back in front.
7-5. RBI single. The other run scores on it air. Inside for a ball to Heather Martin, and sure enough, the Oilers with 2 outs again. Scoring a handful with 2 outs here today.
And the batter advanced all the way to 3rd, so another opportunity to score a run.
Foul ball, third base side. That ball just got through and just got by the reach of the shortstop, Albers, into center field, short center. 2 runs come in as the ball skipped away from the dirt there at home plate and skipped to the backstop, allowing Shoemake also to score. Here's a strike to Martin, strike 2. Another walk comes in to score this inning. And it's Shoemake, who has scored 3 times today. Foul ball off the end of the bat.
Well, the way the first 3 innings went, we thought we were going to see a lot of runs scored, but it kind of went into a drought after that 3rd inning, and now 2 runs pushed across with 2 outs by the Oilers in the bottom of the 6th. It put them in a position to win this game if they could keep the Eagles off the bases in the 7th.
Foul ball by Martin again. Heather Martin, cleanup hitter, staying alive here against Gwen Lewis, 6th inning. Runner at 3rd, and the Oilers would like to tack on another one. 7-5 Oilers. Try to make it 8-5 if they can get Flanagan in from 3rd with 2 outs. Here we go. Lewis to Martin again. Deep drive to left, way back, and it may be way foul. It is. That ball was crushed, but hooking foul the whole way down into deep left field.
Everybody was leaning out to see if that one would hit inside the chalk line. It was deemed foul, and everybody goes back to their positions, and the batter steps in and tries to straighten it out.
Here's the pitch, high for a ball. 2-2 the count.
The Eagles have come from behind a couple of times in this game, and they've got another opportunity in their half of the 7th inning. Oilers have pushed across 2 here in the 6th.
Ball high in her eyes there, and it's 3-2. 2 more walks in this inning, and it's 3-2. 2 out, runner at 3rd. Oilers have taken the lead. Each team has had leads in this game. Ground ball, and it's a fair ball down the line at 3rd, and it gets by the left fielder off of her glove. Single and an error, and here comes Martin to 3rd base as Flanagan scores. It's 8-5 Oilers.
Well, Martin ripped it past the 3rd base bag for a clean single, and then when it was misplayed in left, she kept on motoring around 2nd. She cruises into 3rd, and 3 runs are in here in the 6th inning.
First RBI of the day for Heather Martin, the cleanup hitter, and that'll bring in Carrie Westbrook now, 0 for 2 with a walk. And a big 3-run 6th inning to make it 8-5 Oilers now. Carrie Westbrook at the dish. Ground ball right to the shortstop, and she'll make an error off of her glove. Albers will not have a play. Martin comes in. Westbrook safe on an error, 9-5.
Misplayed by the shortstop. It would have been the 3rd out of the inning. Just got under the glove of the shortstop Albers, and the errors committed keeps this inning alive. Another run crosses the plate.
This one's down in the dirt for a ball. Well, we've had back-to-back-to-back errors. Even though we've had some hits, we've also had 3 errors in a row, 2 when you tack those on for extra bases. High for a ball. It's Natalie Mundell with 2 RBIs in there now. Runner at 1st. 4-run inning. Here's a strike called at the knees. This is the biggest inning for either team today. We've had a couple of 3-run innings for each team. Here's a 4-run 6th inning. And the pitch. Swing and a pop-up near the bag at 2nd.
Whoa.
Second baseman calls off the shortstop at the last second there. Haar makes the grab, and that ends the 6th inning. But the Oilers have a big 6th inning, and after 6, they now lead CM 9-5. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Why should you bring your vehicle to Quick Lane at Roberts Motors? You never need an appointment, just drive on in. Quick Lane has the guaranteed lowest tire prices around. Plus, we perform a multi-point inspection of the critical items on your vehicle at no charge every time you visit. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, or any other make, Quick Lane can service it. We're even open on Saturdays. Stop by Quick Lane at Roberts Motors today. Come see why life is better in the Quick Lane.
Close in on the 6 o'clock hour. Top of the hour coming up, but CM coming up here, Craig, and they need a rally.
They do need a rally, and it's going to have to be a monumental one against this very good pitcher, Beecham, who came on in the third, or after the third inning, and now she's in line for the victory, and she had a 1-2-3 inning in the sixth, and she's hoping to duplicate that here in the seventh and send the Oiler fans home happy.
Beecham into the game. We've talked about her 7 strikeouts in 3 innings. She came in the 4th inning. So Young pitched 3, Beecham has pitched 3, but Torrey's out there for more here in the 7th inning against Turbyville. And the pitch. It's a ball, 1-1.
Turbyville was able to put the ball in play off this pitcher her last time up, but she hit a hard line drive to first base and resulted in a double play.
Here's the next. Swing and a miss. Good movement on that pitch that was down between the belt and the knees. Torrey fires another one. Line drive into right field. That's a base hit.
Oh.
Well, maybe.
No.
Young throws to first. Out there. Hit hard on one hop, and Young, the right fielder, fires to first for the out.
Well, there's the former pitcher in this game throwing the ball overhand on a line, and she was able to get out Turbyville, who hit the ball so hard that it cost her a base hit.
On one hop, Young caught it clean, threw to Hall, and you'll see that in softball when it's hit to right field. Sometimes the play is close at first, or you get an out, and sure enough, out number 1. Jalen Lawrence now with 1 down, 7th inning. Beecham fires it in, swinging a foul off to the right. Eagles and Oilers today. Both teams will play again tomorrow. Softball.
Lawrence has been on base 3 times in this game, has scored twice.
Swing and another foul by Jalen Lawrence.
If the scoreboard was reversed, she would definitely be considered for player of the game honors, but probably not so much on the losing side of this 9-5 score.
7th inning, 9-5. Tapped foul again. So Craig hinting that he's still trying to decide.
I've
player of the game.
I think I've got a decision already made.
Oh, you've narrowed it down?
Yeah.
I like
Someone
that.
who's not had a hit in this game.
Oh, I think I know now. You gave it away there. Here's Beecham. Fires it high. 6 o'clock, you're in tune to WBGZ Alton. Coming up on a 2-hour ball game here today. Lady Oilers, 9-5 over the Lady Eagles. Beecham rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 as the fastball got by Lawrence. 2 down.
Well, the K totals are adding up for Tori Beecham. She's had good numbers coming into this game despite being laid up for a while. Coming into this game, she had 110 strikeouts, and she's nearing 120 as she's retired 8 via the K in this game.
Swing and a pop foul. Back and out of play. Strike 1 to Deaton. Steps in now. Last hope for the Eagles here in the 7th. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Eagles down to their last strike.
Emmy Flanagan, 2 RBIs. She broke the tie in the 6th inning with her 2nd RBI. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt, strike 3, and that's the ball game. Beecham with another strikeout, 2 more in the 7th inning, 9 in the game, 9 Ks in 4 innings for Beecham. In relief, she gets the win, and the Oilers get the win, 9-5 over the Eagles. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.